everybody, and welcome back to the Brick and Easter Broadcast Network here on YouTube and on Rumble. And for those of you who are on Rumble, the interface is still not working yet, so jump over to YouTube if you want to chat with us. And today is a new stream. Actually, it's a renamed stream for the time being. As you know, on Thursdays, I would do Thrifty Thursdays, and I've renamed it to Budget Builds. I've done that because we're not going to be streaming on Thursdays for a little bit. And that's because football season has started, and I'm instead, at least for a couple weeks, going to host an Amazon Prime NFL Thursday night football. But when Lego Masters starts, which is going to be September 28th, then I might still host some of those watch parties, but as soon as 9 o'clock hits, it's time to jump on to watch Lego Masters Season 4. And speaking of Lego Masters Season 4, I am wearing this shirt, BrickCon 2023, and it is so awesome. This is artwork by Brick Brain TV, also known as Eric Wilkinson, and he sold out. I should say BrickCon sold out of this shirt, so I'm really, really glad I got one. And it's really special because they moved the venue from Seattle to Bellevue, which is what this map is supposed to indicate. So this is supposed to be Seattle, and then you have to go over the water to Bellevue. So it's very clever. And as you know, I'm a big fan of Brick Brain TV and also his artwork. So it's really a lot of fun to see, one of his designs actually become a shirt. So super, super excited about that. So I know that this is a new time zone or new time frame, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully people have gotten the memo that the time has changed, but the topic is still the same. So Budget Builds, also known as Thrifty Thursday, is where I select a set that is $20 US or less. Today's set is the Boba Fett Mech. Many of you know I've done the Marvel mechs. And what I love about these mechs is they're small sets. You get lots of mixel joints. So if you're looking for parts, and then you usually get a minifig. And I don't have a Boba Fett minifig. So this, I'm pretty sure I don't. I'll have to double check. But this way, I'll get my Boba Fett minifig. And it's only $15.99, 155 pieces. So if you're interested in this, I would definitely recommend that you go out and get this. I was able to get it through Target, so it's not hard to find. It's not like one of the Lego exclusives. It's something that is readily accessible. And what I'm going to do is I have my secondary camera set up so you can see. Here's the set, and I'm going to be using another kind of tray. This, for those of you who watch me, you know that I tend to build on trays to keep things separated, but I found this tray and I forgot I had this. This is kind of cool. This, especially what's happening right now in Russia and Ukraine, that this is a special kind of plate. And I believe it's either made in Ukraine or it's made in Russia, but it's got that background. And I've had this plate for ages, and it's metal. It's solid metal. This tray is not going to go anywhere. You have to run over it with a car to really make it bend out of shape, but it's hand painted, and that's why I'm covering it with a napkin, which is also something, as you know, I often do just so that pieces don't go flying everywhere. And we're just going to break into this, and since I'm not going to be using this box as a tray, I think I'm just going to delve into it because, as you know, I usually tell people don't use the push tabs because you can make this into a tray, but this box is already pretty haggard. I think it got wet or something. It's pretty much in bad shape. So I am just gonna recycle this. But I wanted to also mention that don't forget about the QR codes. So the QR codes, we'll zoom in, on the instruction booklets. These you can scan into the Lego Insiders program. Used to be the VIP program, now called Lego Insiders, and you scan in your different manuals for like 20 points. I haven't started yet because I'm at this point right now where I'm still trying to organize my stuff. Okay, now this is interesting for a small set. These are numbered. So we have numbered bags, and I can already see the Boba Fett stuff in here. So super, super excited about this. Should be fun. And like I said, it's a small set. Probably take hour and a half. I tend to be a slow builder and I talk a lot. But hey, if you tuned in, you know what you're getting into. Oops. Always remember to check your bags because sometimes pieces can get stuck in there. Now that's nice. It's dark red, 1x1 brick with clip. So that's nice to see. Also nice we have here is this pre-printed tile, this 2x2 pre-printed tile. Not sure what direction. I think it's this direction. I'll zoom in for that so you can see it's a nice printed tile there. So if you're looking for just some cool parts, this could be a set for you. But already I'm looking at the Boba Fett torso and the legs, and there's the head. Now some of you know I'm, I guess, a moderate Lego fan. I don't have the same mythology knowledge that a lot of other builders do, but I can appreciate it. Okay, this is a single-sided head. Here, let's go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit. And you can see his armor is pretty worn, worn and haggard, which Boba Fett is. And this is a mech, so they're going to mimic his armor, I imagine, with this. And there's the helmet. So yay, my first Boba Fett minifig. Now, sometimes they have a visor. You notice that there's some holes here on the side. So I'm going to have to read the instructions and see where we are with that. Because right now, I'm just free-forming it. All right, so this is cool. So we're going to work on the torso area first, then the legs, and then the arms. And, of course, the minifig. Okay, it looks like we have a gun. Oh, I forgot the jetpack. Okay, so there's got to be a jetpack in here. Got to put that on. Oh, there it is. Ooh, sand green. So that is a nice color. Oh, I see. That little hole is for the antenna. Okay. Let's see if I see an antenna in here. I don't see the antenna. Okay, so we just have to wait on that for now. I am bummed it's only a single-sided head, but I guess because he has his mask on all the time, that I guess you don't really need that. And I'm looking for, well, here's his gun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the gun together. Okay, that's a pretty killer gun. What's interesting is Star Wars is, I think, the only franchise that can get away with weapons. Most of the other themes will not have the weapons. Okay, I don't see the antenna, but there was something in the front. See, they have this plus, so they have the bags plus this thing of antennas, but I don't remember seeing that. Aha, okay. I think that's this bag here. Yeah, this is the bag of antennas and other armor and such. So like I said, this is a new time for me to stream, so some of you may not be aware of this time zone or time frame. We'll see how it goes. And hopefully things will work out in the next couple months. Okay, so there we go. He's got his little antenna here. Weapon, Boba Fett, ready to go. And when, of course, when he's in the mech, he won't need that. Now, this is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this piece. That is just one solid piece. It comes in this set. It reminds me of a lerp, a little ugly rock piece. But we'll just make do. One problem with this this little area is that the dark green is hard to find. But I do like the colors, though. The Boba Fett colors are always fun. Okay. And like I said, mixel joints. Here are the balls, the mixel balls, 1x2s. And then the sockets will be probably the arms or the legs. There might be another piece, but I'm guessing. Since we're going to do the legs next, I'm guessing it may be the legs. All right. Now, if you collect brackets, this is one of the nicer brackets too. And it keeps that in place. But yeah, a lot of people are very excited about Lego Masters. When I was there, I was only in Seattle for a couple hours for that convention because I had work to do. But when I was there was just a lot of excitement because the new Lego Masters from season 4 were in the auditorium or in the showroom floor. And so I had a chance to meet a few of them, and they brought their builds too. It's always fun to talk to the builders directly. Okay, so we have some nice colors. I don't think I have these ramps in this sand green. So this is nice. Seeing some new colors of parts. And there's the clip I was talking about earlier. That 1x1 with the clip. 2 of those. Yeah, building mechs reminds me of building cars. Very symmetrical and lots of mechanics going into it. And once again, I really, really love the color palette. Orange, sand green, black, dark gray. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. They have, usually you see this with friends sets, so that's why I'm a little surprised. But I guess they want this here, which is a little surprising because there's a jumper. Yeah, it just sits on top of the jumper. Weird, weird. Okay, that's what you want. I will say that base really cuts the time down when building this. And once again, more sand green parts, which are very unusual, but very much appreciated. I'm thinking in my head, if I want to order a bunch of these sand green parts, this would be the set it originated from, or one of the sets. I'm sure there's probably other sets too. Okay. I'm waiting for that tile. I know that tile is coming soon. These are fun little sets too to build, like if you're at the airport or something, just waiting for a connection. They're small and they're portable. You can throw it into your backpack or your suitcase, your carry-on, and do some work. Work on putting together a mech. Okay, so this isn't, once again, I said that this was going to be here, and it looks like that's the direction. And those are going to sit on those clips. There we go. That satisfying little snap. And this is where, so this is interesting because remember we had that jumper that was behind here. So I'm guessing that Boba Fett, I'll take the gun out, but I guess he's going to sit there. Oh, I see. They needed a little bit of space because he's got that little jetpack. Okay, that makes sense. So the jetpack needed a little bit more room. All right, and see if we need to have his hands up. If you want his hands up, or if he's working on the controls, hands down. So there he is. These are, like I said, I just get amused doing some of these. Just, I think they're, let's see, kind of put this in the frame somewhere. Put that right over there. See if he'll stand up. Nope. Let's see. There we go. Okay, oops, of course. Don't want to do all that rearranging. So now I'm working on this little sub piece. I'm starting to see this piece more and more. I need to get 4 of these in red for a project I'm working on. It always seems like eventually I should be studying more of these parts, but I think it's a bracket with the middle shelf. I'm trying to remember all the names. It's kind of hard. I mean, there's just so many more pieces nowadays. Trying to keep track. All right. And we have down bracket. So we have some snot pieces. So it's hard to tell, but this is actually navy blue. It's not black, but it's, and this is what drives me crazy sometimes when you're dealing with, you know, so many different colors, is that the blacks and the blues don't always, you know, your eyes don't always resolve which one is which, but these are navy blue. This is part of the reason why I like working with the camera too, because the camera can give you better resolution in the light, at least for me. Okay, so now we have that locking things into place. A couple of cheese slopes. Should be just about done because we're running out of parts. And there should be a 1x2 in, all right, what did I miss? Whenever you have a piece like this, that should have gone somewhere. All right, what did I miss? Ah, okay, it's up here. It's right there. There we go. So it's subtle, the difference between the dark red and then the brown, but like I said, it's just all these earth colors with the dark greens, and really love it. So only things we have left as far as extra pieces are these three. So we have a cheese slope, a brown stud, and black saber handle. Okay, I think we can go on to bag number 2, unless I'm supposed to attach this. Let me just see. Nope, I'm supposed to attach this. So this goes onto the back of the Mandalorian. Let's see, do I want it to line up to the top? Oops, probably would be good to put it in the right direction. There we go. So, he's ready for action. All right, on to bag number 2. I'm going to put these extra pieces over here and put that out of the way. Yeah, like I said, I was talking to a couple different builders, and we were talking about building in public places. And one of our people on the dream team, she was saying, I like building at restaurants. So she'll just grab a set and build it while she's waiting for her food. It's a hobby. It's what we do. And I remember doing this before it was popular. Before it was cool. I tell people I was into Lego before it was considered cool. And I would often be at an airport lounge working on different sets. Okay, see, I'm already ahead of myself. Okay, this actually does not go there. Put one of these. And it was interesting today. I went to the dog park early with my dog because I had to get ready for the stream. And it turns out that this particular dog park, they have a regular group that meets there. So it was great. I just happened to time it perfectly. So my dog got to meet quite a few other dogs. And it's a nice, friendly little group. I think I'm going to be going there more often. She really liked them too. I think that's important. It's like all the dogs were very chill, just very casual group. I like this bright orange too, bright yellow orange. And then this is sand blue, so you get sand green and sand blue. I tend to prefer the sand green, but sand blue is okay. All right. So as I mentioned, these mixel joints that we had here. So this looks like one of the legs. Okay, let's see. Make sure I position this right. Yeah. I'm sure we're going to do the mirror image next. It's part of the next part of the build. Yep, just reverse of everything we just did. Oops, Direction does mean something, Brickanista. There we go. It's like you have to make sure the curve is the right way. And here's that orange piece again with the 2 Technic pins on either side. There's just something really satisfying, I think, too, about Lego when things are supposed to fit. Like when you do something correct and it fits perfectly. We have the designers to thank for that. And once again, here's that sand blue. It's a nice color, but I prefer the sand green as far as the sand colors. My absolute favorite color is medium blue, which you'll see on Alice in Wonderland and some other sets. All right. So this will go on the other side. Looks kind of like a spaceship right there. Okay, you'll stay there for now. Still have quite a few pieces. I'll do a wide zoom, you'll see quite a few pieces. But this should go pretty quickly, I think. Yeah, I don't build. Some of my friends are speed builders, and when I was at the BrickCon, they have a couple of different contests and things, like left-handed building, speed build, master build, and I just leave that to my friends. I mean, there's some things that you got to know where your talents are. My talent is talking to people and, teasing out the conversation so that we find out information that you wouldn't necessarily think about. So speed building is not one of my strengths. But the good thing is if you go to one of these conventions and you sign up for a game like that, then you get to keep the set. So even if you don't do well, you can still, have some benefit from doing that. Okay, so this little build looks like it's going to be fit right there. That's pretty cool. Oh, I see. Looks like we're building feet. Building feet, and I was supposed to build 2 of these. Yep, these are the feet. Just make sure. Yeah. And that locks it all into place. All right, so I get to do that again. Oops, wrong piece. This piece. Just can't remember, is the blue on top of the mixel? Yeah. So the mixel joint, this one. This is the socket we put on the balls on the torso. There we go. Sideways build. And then lock it into place. There we go. 2 feet. 2 little feet. So in 2 bags, essentially, we have already built a good 2/3 of the mech. And I've been streaming only a half an hour. So this is going to be a fast little build. Maybe I am a speed builder after all. Just one piece. Nor eins piece. Spares. Okay, I thought I lost a piece there. Okay, on to bag number 3. Almost done. So I was really excited about my Niners. As some of you know, I'm a big Niners fan. So just seeing them do so well, 30-7 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, it was like, yes, those are my Niners. Okay, so these are an interesting piece. It's not quite a cone. It's kind of a fattish kind of cone. And these are like the bottom of the jets that go onto the back of the backpack here. So they are putting these. I know, sorry, my hands are in the way. Trying to do this for the camera. There we go. These are those shooter pins, but I'm not sure if this is for a gun or if this is for aesthetics. I think it's for aesthetics right now. Putting in a 1x1 stud with a hole, also known as an Apollo stud. I'm going to make 2 of these. Maybe I don't need to, but somehow I have a feeling that I might. No, maybe not. I don't see another boat stud. Okay. Or not a boat stud, a Apollo stud. Okay, there's that dark red, brown, and grays. Okay. So this is why they wanted this pin shooter, because it's going to go right there onto the back. So that's a nice little detail. Okay, looks like we're going to make some arms using these pieces. Very similar to last time, except we're going to be doing these 1x2 with bar instead of the mixel joints, it looks like. So you won't have as much articulation. Oh, wait a minute. There is a mixel joint here. Okay. Once again, that kind of dusty sand blue. I love this piece. This curved corner. And they have it in this bright yellowish orange. Okay. They just have this interesting finish. I call that a tombstone piece. I'm sure that's not the proper name. I think it's got to be some sort of 1x1 tile. Rounded tile is probably what it is. Oh, P.T. McEwen and Brick Jedi showed up at the same time. Ahoy hoy. How's it going, PT? And Brick Jedi, good to see you. Mechs. I have a custom mech on my workspace right now. Oh, cool. Yes, and hello. Yeah, I'm almost done actually. This one is I like the color scheme, and there are some kind of cool parts in here. And so we've done the legs, the torso, and you can see what's interesting about this mech is they made allowance so then that way he could keep his jetpack on. Because sometimes I've noticed when they have created this that sometimes like if a character has a cape or something, that the cape is like in the way. So they've actually made accommodation just that little bit. They've made enough room so he can keep his jetpack on because, he might need to jettison out of there. Who knows? So you're working on your own mech? I think that's something. I wonder if the dream builders will ever do that. We've had to do a brick head of ourselves. I wonder if we ever have to do a mech for ourselves. The Brickanista mech. That actually might be hilarious. I might have like pandas hanging off of it, shooting those panda face studs. In fact, I had some set aside here. I'm going to put this piece on first, and I'll show you. I've set these aside because I think they might make cool earrings, but I've got these panda face ones. I'm not sure which set that came from. And then these are from the Dreams set. And then this is, I think, it's kind of like the space logo, but not quite like the space logo. But yeah. So anyway, those panda things could be shooters out of the Brickanista mech. Your mech is sand green with black highlights. Started working on it last week. Oh, well, this is right up your alley then. There's lots of green, sand green, and dark green in this. It's actually a pretty nice color scheme. So if you're into that, you may want to get this set too, to supplement what you're doing. This orange or bright yellow orange is something I wasn't too familiar with. I wasn't sure if Boba Fett is known for that color, but seems to work. Too funny. Panda shooters that shoot out pandas. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Though I don't know, I think there are some shooters that shoot the tiles, but there's other ones that shoot out the studs. So I'd have to, like, I could alternate black and white studs if I go that route instead. But yeah, when I was at the BrickCon, Tim Howell, also known as Tim Howell, I was doing a video of him, and he wanted to take a picture of me taking a video of him talking to me. It was a very meta. I told him it was very meta of you to be doing that. So I guess this might be a spare shooter. I guess the one in the back might actually release as a shooter. This one here. This might release if I push on that. This was the coolest of the Star Wars mechs. Yeah, it is. It's definitely a cool mech. I would definitely get it. If it's only $15.99. And it is nice looking too. I agree. And you get a Boba Fett minifig. I don't have one, so that's enough incentive for me. But I was looking at what was I going to do today, because as you know, I've switched dates. Normally I have more time to think, but I was like, oh, it's already Tuesday. I better think, what am I going to build today? And when I saw this, I said, oh, this is the set. This is the set. I was able to get it at Target, so I didn't have to drive all the way to the Lego store. So it's very easily accessible. So these must be the fingers, and this must maybe kind of a thumb. Let's see. All right. So this one goes here. But yeah, you're right. This is a nice looking mech with the dark green, the red, the sand blue, and the sand green combined. Yeah. I also mentioned earlier that I don't think I've seen these sand green ramps before. So this set comes with those sand green ramps too. Especially PT with your Micropolis builds, that might be good for some Micropolis things you might want to work on. All right, so now we're going to do the inverse, and then we're done. This is, like I said, pretty straightforward mech. I've been streaming for 40 minutes, which for me to do a stream in about an hour is pretty good for me. But like I said, a lot of sand green, which is nice. And then this is why it's interesting when you see that they brought in this sand blue and sand green right next to each other, which isn't very common. At least I haven't seen that. And then they throw in this bright orange for the shoulders. So that's, like I said, I think it's an interesting color combo. This one's a little different. They're not putting that tombstone piece, that tombstone tile, but they're actually rounding it with the 1x2. And once again, this sand blue. And then it's right next to just a regular light bluish gray. Yeah, I do like I said, this would be actually probably good for a re-brick this challenge because of the color palette. That's one thing I do like about working with small sets like this, is that you don't have to worry about the color palette because they've already done that for you. Yeah, this is nice. I like this dark red. This would also be a good set for a draft too. Some really cool little pieces. And it's not too expensive because, as you know, Lego can be expensive. True. I don't think I've seen this sand green part either. Yeah. Also, sand green, you probably saw earlier, I had a corner plate, one of those L corner plates. That was in sand green as well. I don't think this is the only set I have that has those. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. And what are they putting here? They're putting in one of these. Okay. I guess this is maybe another shooter mechanism that they're working on. Okay, I'm confused because we have another one of these, but it says it's supposed to go here. Maybe I needed to move it over one. Yeah, I think I need to move it over one. I think I need to move it over here. Okay, that makes sense. So that's locked in on two different sides. Okay, I'm feeling better about that. Okay. Oh, I see. See, I was confused because we have this with the axle hole on the top, and then we have just a spyglass. It's like, wait a minute. That spyglass is too small for this technical hole. So we got that. And a little cover. And we're putting in those clips again. Debo likes to call these glove clips. Yeah, it was really good to see him the other day. We had a good conversation. And it was like I'm trying to remember what Zoom call it was, but we had a Zoom call, so I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I was like, wow. But he was sharing some of his experiences at Brick World and about how he was there observing New Hashima. He was literally like right across this the aisle from it. Okay, so here we have, oops, all right, one of the rocket boosters just fell off. All right, we're almost done. So this one's a little different from the other one. And I think what we're doing next is building a massive gun to go into one of these arms. I think that's the next part. But yeah, it's a pretty nice looking mech. And it's a good price. It's in my budget anyway. All right. Yeah. So I think next step is the other thing this set has quite a bit of is this piece, this angled. It comes in two different colors. It comes in this brown, and then I think it's the light bluish gray. And they're using it in this set quite a bit. So if you like that piece, this set may be for you too. I think they use this because it's a 1x5, because they cover up the hole there. Yeah, this is that shooter. I think pin shooter or stud shooter. And I'm going to put this in here. Yep. All right, I think this will end up being loaded in there. Yeah. Okay. Almost done, folks. Oh, this is cool. This is the scope. They're making a scope out of a spyglass and one of these narrow cones. So the narrow cone and that makes like the scope to go with the gun. I'm guessing. I'm not into guns, so that's from my knowledge from watching a lot of military shows. I shouldn't say military shows, more like military dramas. One of my favorite ones, you'd be surprised, was called The Unit. It had the guy from State Farm as the lead of the unit of like trained soldiers. Yeah. I just thought it was interesting. I'm trying to remember what his call sign was, but one of them was Cool Breeze. Another one was Betty Blue. They call each other by their call names. Dirt Diver was another one. I don't know if anybody remembers that show or not. Okay, so now I know why they had that axle hole here. So this is going to go in here in this axle hole. All right. That's a pretty, oops, I guess I put it on backwards. Oops, turn that around. Nothing to see here, folks. There we go. There, we want the pointy part goes outward, or the shooty part goes outwards. Look, I'm actually pointing it right at the camera there. Actually, that does look pretty menacing when it's, directly pointed at you. There we go. And that might be it. Let's see. Yeah, we've already loaded one of these in here. I think it only takes one at a time. It says 3. Can you load 3 in here? I don't think you can. No. So it has 4, because I've got 3 here in my hand, and then the 4th one is loaded in the gun. And yeah, you can pretty much shoot it at people. Let's see, since it's already at the camera, let's see what happens. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, just be careful. Be careful doing this, especially if you're at home. There's warnings all over this. Here's the, this is so cute. It's like, don't get hit in the eye. You'll be very sad. Like, don't do that. Yeah. So nice. Ta-da! Yeah, it was so fast I didn't see it. Yeah, it'd be like, do that in slow motion. I heard it ricochet and it's behind me somewhere. But we only have a few pieces left. So we have cheese wedge, the pin for the shooter. This is that tombstone piece I was talking about. And then, of course, the couple translucent red studs. So, yeah, nice little quick stream today. And also, Boba Fett has his own gun as well. But, of course, the mech had to have a gun to kind of mimic the other Boba Fett. But, yeah, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but just the whole Boba Fett lore has been fun to follow. And as you know, I'm a big fan of Ming-Na Wen, so as the Fennec Shand. And I'm really looking forward to going to Disneyland, so maybe I can spot the impersonator at the park, get a photo. All right, that's it, folks. That is the ta-da moment. Ta-da! And of course, they had Boba Fett walking along the progress line. Yeah, this was a fun little set. And like I said, if you're looking at finding a set, this has 155 pieces. It's a well-priced, product. And what's cool is you get the minifig, and the minifig has the accessory of the jetpack, the helmet. Now, I feel like I'm missing something, though. Was I supposed to put on... There's these pieces here. I think I missed a step, maybe with Boba Fett. Maybe I was supposed to put this also on him. Let me check. Let me check since I have a little bit of time. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat it. These little mech sets are really, really special. Okay, I'm not sure where this piece is supposed to go. Do you know, PT or Brick Jedi? Because it's not in the instructions for the... yeah, I don't see it here. I'll have to keep looking, but yeah, I'll do that off stream. I mean, we've got, 99.9% of it done. Glenn Copeland's here. Oh, it's the visor. Yeah, I thought about that, but is it supposed to, because it has 2 connection points, and then you still have to connect this. Okay, let's see if we put the visor on. All right, oops. All right, let's see. I'm gonna have to do this. Glenn is in the house. How you doing, Glenn? I've been catching you on the Snarky Mint group. Okay, I think I put that visor on wrong. That doesn't look right. Is that right? Should it be like that? Maybe it is right. All right, I'm going to leave it. But then I don't have a place to connect that antenna thing. Okay. Like I said, I'm not a Star Wars person, but I liked the antenna thing better. I'm going to put this back. That visor looks like part of a larger pack that often gets used only partially. Oh, okay. Okay, because I was going to say that's kind of weird. You're doing well. Glad to see you made it home from VertCon. Thank you. Yeah, I only did like a boomerang trip. I had to go up to Seattle for some work. I went up Thursday night, spent all day Friday meeting with like the principal of a high school. I had to also go over to this other nonprofit that we're trying to do some work with. Yeah, so I did a lot of. I went to the Boy Scouts of America because we do some partnerships with them, and yeah, so I was busy working, but I had a good time. I went to BrickCon. You may have seen my little video that I did. I did like a really quick video because I only got an hour and a half to look at the exhibits. It made me realize that, if I really enjoy going to the cons, and even if I don't display, like I didn't have any of my mocks there, but it was just nice to network with people, like seeing Tom Alphin. I only talked with him for a brief amount of time, but like on my video, you can see that I was mocking him a little bit for not wearing the Adidas shoes or Adidas shoes, depending on what country you're from. But anyway, this mech is pretty cool. It's one of my favorites, I think, of the mechs that I've made. It's got this cool gun. It's got the nice color scheme. I think it's humorous, just having Boba Fett with a mech. Yeah. All fin. Yep. All done. All done. We were talking too about just from a parts pack, this would also be a good little set for a draft. So if you are like, one of the things I was pointing out is this green ramp, this sand green ramp. I don't think you see that very often. And then there's some sand green corner pieces. Let me see if I could take this off. Let's see if we, so the sand green, I don't think I've seen very many of those either. You're tempting me to buy these mechs. I get no commission from doing these, but yeah, Elfin is all fin. Not Elfin, it's Alfin. Have I been mispronouncing it? Is that what you're saying? I have the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. So I should ask him, have I been mispronouncing your name? Just like I called Neil Snowball Eric Snowball. But I had literally just taken a selfie with Eric Law, and Eric, was it Wilkinson? He was following me because he's the one who actually did the artwork for this shirt. I'm really glad I got one because they sold out. Okay, my friends. So yeah, this is a winner. Winner, chicken dinner or vegan dinner. Winner, vegan dinner. So yeah, I would say if you haven't picked this up yet, it was a fun little build, and it's got some cute things. Like this actually will launch too, because if you push down on that, that should launch this missile too. Sand green is one of the best Lego colors. I agree. I love it. I actually love sand green. I also like olive green too. I use that for my Jurassic Park building. So yeah, so there you go. It's got some really good posing capabilities, and I haven't done a Star Wars mech yet. So this is my first Star Wars mech. They also, on the book, it shows, or is it on the, it's actually on the cover. They also have, if you're interested in these mechs, maybe we'll do one of these other ones. They have a Stormtrooper and I think a Darth Vader mech. Let's see. See if I can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah. The one on the right's definitely a Stormtrooper. And I'm guessing that the one on the left could be Darth Vader, but it's hard to tell this. I'll have to look it up. The contrast is terrible. Could be one of those rebel, or not rebel, the, what is it that I'm trying to say? The Evil Alliance soldiers. But it might maybe be fun to do the Stormtrooper one. But the sand part of the spectrum is great. Yeah. It is Vader? Okay. Yeah, if you want a Darth Vader mech, that would be another one to do. But I like the Boba Fett. I think, like I said, that's the one that caught my eye. I love the variety of the colors. I like what they did with also the playability too. There's different places for, kids to, well, or adults to work with this. So yeah. So it seems like mechs are the latest thing. The Sith. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Vader is Sith. Yeah, we had this discussion the other day about how Vader started off as a bad guy, or sorry, as a good, innocent person. Then he became a bad guy, and then he acknowledged, I guess, the humanity within himself and became good again. So it's an interesting journey for that character. Okay, my friends. So this is a new schedule. Right now, we're looking at Tuesdays because we're going to be looking at Tuesdays at 6 for the Lego Masters Season 4 reviews. Then Tuesdays at 9, I'll be doing budget builds, which is just another name for Thrifty Thursday. And I'm trying something new this week because we're in between the time when Lego Masters is going to start broadcasting. So for the weeks in between, I'm going to host an NFL watch party. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, I've done this once before. I'm going to have to do some testing. So if anybody here wants to do some testing with me, essentially your group of people all log into your Amazon Prime account, and then you can watch the game together, and then you can have a conversation while the game is going. So I thought it would be kind of cool to have the game going on Amazon Prime. We just have a conversation, so it's not going to be streamed, and then you could be building something while the game is going. And this Thursday is going to be the Vikings versus the Eagles, so that should be fun. Which, by the way, since you're here, Brick Jedi, what do you think about Aaron Rodgers getting injured so fast in the season? I kind of feel bad for the guy, but yeah. Yeah, baby. 15 days to LMUS Season 4. Go Team Tim. Yeah, I did get a chance to talk quite a bit with Timmy Owl. He was really a really nice guy. I did not get to meet his partner in this show. I did talk with Kelly Bartlett while I was there. I also talked with Brad and Mike, who are a team out of Bellingham, Washington. And yeah, it was great. I even have a poster with their signatures on it. I hope to be able to meet some of the others too sometime. Okay, so going back to the schedule. So Tuesdays, 6 o'clock for the reviews, 9 o'clock for the not the reboot, but the renaming of Thrifty Thursday. Then on Thursday, for at least a short period of time, we're going to be doing the watch party for the NFL. And I think you might also be able to do a watch party on Fox. I don't know yet, because I'm also hesitating because I think our Portlug group might be doing a watch party in a location, a bar or an office or someplace. So I don't know yet. We're still having some discussions. I think Kelly Bartlett might even be hosting a watch party because she's on the show. So she's a Portlug member. We're really excited about that. So Thursdays, at least for now, I'm going to host a couple weeks watch party, Amazon Prime NFL Thursday night football. So if you're interested in that, or if you have Amazon Prime, you want to do some testing before Thursday, that'd be great. And then Friday, we have Pandy's Play Space, which is just a Zoom call where we just hang out and chat, very similar to Sortlug. And then on Sunday. So I was going to stream on Saturdays because Sunday is football season, but I forgot I had already committed to Talk Like a Pirate mock improv. So Grant and Yano are both going to be with me, and we're going to be probably dressed in pirate outfits and talking like pirates while we're doing mock improv. So that's going to be Sunday, and it's going to be at 6 o'clock. So I know that's really, really weird, but I forgot I had made that commitment, and Yano asked if we could move it to 6 o'clock instead of 1 o'clock. So yeah, this week is all over the place, but I really appreciate you all being here because I know I just changed my schedule. So the fact that you all made it here is really fantastic. Timmy Owl is a great guy. Yeah, he is. I really enjoyed chatting with him, and he brought his snowman that had a bad day, and he brought that with the mechanics. So I did get a little bit of video of that I posted on one of my socials. But anyway, thank you, Glenn. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Brick Jedi. Thanks, PT McEwen. Thanks, anybody who's like watching this later. And like I said, this is going to be my new schedule. So Tuesday is going to be a big streaming day. And then we have on Thursday, at least this week, I'm going to be doing some NFL build streams where we're just kind of hanging out and talking about the game. And then Friday, of course, we have Pandy's Play Space. And then Sunday, we have Talk Like a Pirate mock improv. That should be a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks again, everybody. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. Please like and subscribe. And also make a comment, too. Apparently comments also count because you're listening to the Brickanista Broadcast Network here on YouTube and on Rumble. And boy, all of a sudden, my throat got dry. And feel free to send me any kind of fan mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 87232, Vancouver, Washington, 98687. So thanks, everybody. You've been awesome. Really appreciate you hanging out with me. And as they say on the Brickanista Broadcast Network, thank you, and may the clutch be with you. Take care, everybody. Bye.